So you have a very special guest today. We have Deborah Murphy, who's going to read you a story and share some really fun things with you today. You ready?
Well, welcome to our class. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to see you all. Today we're going to do some talking about the beach. Anybody here been to the beach? Yeah, I bet everybody's been to the beach. And when we walk along the beach, what do we look for? That's right. I happen to have brought in some shells that Miss Linda's going to pass around to everybody. And no, take them out. And what else do we look for on the beach besides shells? Yeah? And what? Yeah? Tide pools, yeah? That's right.
Fish.
Yeah?
Jellyfish.
Yeah?
Food crabs.
Yeah? And little bits of glass. What is it? Sea glass. That's right. I have some sea glass in there too, Miss Linda. Do you know how sea glass is made? Does anybody know how sea glass is made? That's right. It gets rolled along the rocks and the sand by the waves. Some I roll. Class. And class.
Eyes looking, ears listening, voices are at a 0. I know that you had something exciting that you were touching, but you were still listening to our guest, Mrs. Lee. So do not have me say that again. Nope, stop. You're going to keep them at your table. When you're done with feeling the shells, put them in the center of the table. If you have a basket at your table, put it in the basket.
Thank you. So today's story is about the beach and the ocean and the wind and how they all play together, okay? It's called the Summer Sands. Okay, everybody listening?
I think we're very excited because some of us are finding holes in our shells.
Yes.
And we study what that means. You
Yep.
can tell her what that means. Because a hole in a shell, what do you think was already there? Excuse me, I have to call Nicholas. No, but what kind of an animal? Yes, a moon snail. So eyes are up, ears are listening, voices are at 0. That's what they were all saying.
Very good. Very good. Not long ago, the summer sands along the beach behind our grandma's house glistened like silver seashells. In the early morning, when yellow primroses started to yawn, the pink-tinted sands felt cold on my bare toes. My little brother liked the night when rabbits hopped over the dunes and ghost crabs scattered into the holes by the light of the moon. Our grandmother told us that the wind shaped the dunes from sand carried up by ocean currents and washed ashore by the waves. Like faithful sentinels, the little hills protected the lands from high waters and provided homes for plants and animals. All summer long, my brother and I played King of the Mountain on the sand dunes. We watched a family of field mice grow up, and a ribbon snake became our best friend. One night, Grandma built a fire on the beach, and we toasted marshmallows, and she told us about the Caracalla Indians who lived there before anyone else. She told us stories about Spanish conquistadors and sunken pirate ships, while the sand shifted like restless silver ghosts in the winds behind us. One late summer day, an angry storm swept over the ocean and smashed the shore with wet, windy fists and the waves were so big. Afterwards, we rushed outside and surveyed the shore. Nothing looked the same. Where are the sand dunes? Where are our mountains of sand? They're gone, Grandpa said. The wind and the sea carried them away. Sadly, we wandered along the deserted shore, looking for the field mice and the ribbon snake and the yellow primroses. We picked up seaweed and seashells and trash, trying not to look at the barren spots where once the summer dunes had glistened in the sun. With the cool autumn winds, we had to go back to the city and back to school. The piles of raked leaves on our neighbor's yard weren't as fun as the sand dunes, and the snow didn't feel all warm and tingly beneath our feet. And it didn't slip through your fingers like the summer sands do. After New Year's Day, our parents said, we're going back to Grandma's beach. Why are we taking our old Christmas tree? My brother asked. But all our parents said was, wait and see. Along the shore, we saw other people carrying old Christmas trees. Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, park rangers and college students, members of the Sierra Club, and just plain folks who lived along the beach like our grandma. They laid the Christmas trees end to end like a long bushy snake and staked them down in places where the sand dunes used to be. We put our old tree next to Grandpa's little one, where we once played King of the Mountain on the sand dunes. Strong winter winds blew and blew, sweeping from the north toward the sea where the Christmas trees lay waiting. In spring, the warm sun dried sand along the beach, and southern breezes blew it onto the other side of the trees. Sea oats and their roots sank into the soft mounds, and vines spread their clinging arms to hold the sand together. My brother and I couldn't wait for school to dismiss for the summer vacation. At last the day arrived for us to visit our grandma's house. Behind Grandma's yard, near the roaring sea, new silver dunes twinkled in the sun, and morning glories opened their sleepy eyes. A lizard darted out of our way and hid in the brittle twigs of our old Christmas tree, peeking through the sand. Every day we watched the dunes grow higher and the vines creep farther, and by summer's end, we could no longer see the Christmas trees. They were sand dunes once again, but the ocean and the sky and the beach looked beautiful from the top of our new summer sands where we played King of the Mountain. Yes?
You know what came in and ate this lamb? The moon snail, because I could see a little hole right here,
That's right.
and it drilled it.
And I have a couple more things
That's the
to
same
show you.
It's another half of that.
Sit down.
Please sit.
It's another half.
This is kind of like the ocean, and when the waves come and the sand crushes it, I put a little Christmas tree in there, and I'm going to go by each table and show you what it's like when the waves come and goes over the Christmas tree, okay? See the Christmas tree in there? See it? And when the winds come and it goes over it, what happens? It almost disappears, doesn't it? It makes mounds of sand. And every time the sand moves, something else pops up from the ocean. Isn't that cool? See? See the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
And when the sands come, what happens? And what comes up every time the wind changes and the tides come?
It goes back.
See all the different things that pop up in the beach?
Oh, that's cool.
See?
Wait.
Okay, here's the Christmas tree. See it? Here's the Christmas tree. And when the winds blow and the sands come, what happens?
Wait, I said, I was the first to hear raining.
It disappears, and then what do you have? You have a sand dune. And look, every time the waves come and go, something else pops up along the beach. Look at it. See the different things that come up along the beach? See? See? Yeah, starfish. Does everybody see the Christmas tree? What happens now? It's lost in the sand, isn't it? And every time the waves come and go, something else pops up on the beach. It uncovers it. This is a bigger ball. I don't have a Christmas tree in it, but I'll go each table and show you. Every time the wave comes, something different gets uncovered. This is called a sea glass bubble, and it's made, someone blew it by hand with a little piece of glass, and then they made it into this sea glass bubble, and it's filled with treasures of the ocean. Yeah? Little bits of everything in there. See, look, every time it blows, something else comes up. See?
When animals die, sometimes you can hear the
Can you pass the shells around table to table? They didn't get to, each table didn't get to see the different shells.
You know what we can do that's easier? I can show you.
Okay.
Eyes on me, boys and girls. You can leave it right where they are. I can show you how we can do this. Everyone stand up. Eyes on me. You know how we rotate? All we're going to do is rotate from table to table. And I will tell you, you can keep standing up. You don't have to sit down. When you rotate, eyes on me. Bring it up, eyes on me. Up, eyes on me. Eyes on me. Green goes to yellow, yellow goes to red, red goes to purple. Shiv, do you know what we're talking about? Look, listen, quiet. Point to where you're going to go. Okay, now remember, when you walk carefully, you may go to your next table.
I'll come show you. Okay, did this table see this? No? Something else shows up. Yeah? That's a wave.
I'll take the
Red table, we're going to stand up.
Isn't that cool?
This is so
Something else shows up on the beach.
There's a fossil. Yeah, there's a fossil in
That's our sandal. Yeah, that's a sandal.
Everybody rotate.
Have you guys seen this? Shifts the thing and something else comes up. All kinds of Did everybody here get to see the ocean? Saw this? See, every time the waves come, it uncovers something else. Shells and starfish and sea
Please go back to your seat and sit down quietly.
pictures that I've taken.
And what you can do is bring them here so you can show them the other class. You put it right over here. It's called moving.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then if they look at
Wow. Look at these showing to this one. That looks like the low tide. Oh, what is that?
There's a summer storm blowing in there. Yeah? And does anyone know what this one is?
Seagull.
That's right.
I see the
Does anyone know what this is?
lighthouse.
Oh, you guys are good. And here's another storm. And this is a seawall. All along here. This is a
Of the
seawall.
tree.
And you see how the ocean is crashing over the seawall? The ocean's very powerful. They make seawalls to keep the ocean from coming up onto the land and
Flooded.
yes. And they also put in fences like this one to stop the sand from completely disappearing into the ocean like it happened in my book. This is my favorite beach. This is Sandy Neck Beach. And if you look at the fence, you see how the fence is holding up the seagrass and little sand dunes? That's Sandy Neck Beach. Down in, when I was a little girl, I had a summer place in Sandy Neck Beach, 2.5 miles in the sand dunes. And we stayed there all summer while I was growing up. 2.5 miles in the sand dunes.
Down in or
Like in the beach, down the beach. Same as it is here. Yes?
why does the wall kind of look like real squiggly, kind of like beat up?
The fence?
Yeah.
Because it's old. The fence is old. And this is another picture of the same beach.
That is beautiful.
And here's the little bit of fence that's left, and the rest of it's all held under this sand. The glistening summer sands of summer. Just a tiny bit of fence. And then the sand grew up and over, just like it did over the Christmas trees in my story. It grows up and over the fence, and the fences make more sand dunes and keep the sand where they want it to be instead of all getting washed out into the water. Isn't that cool? All right, I think I'm done now.
what do you say, boys and girls?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What I'd like you to do is talk within your groups and talk about what you